Hey guys, springtime in Connecticut is a great time to get out and forage for food. So today I want to show you how I collect ramps and a few ways to prepare them. If you're wondering when ramps come out, basically I look for skunk cabbage in the spring, and as soon as the skunk cabbage comes out, I go out and look for ramps. When you're identifying ramps, look for these broad green leaves that are situated kind of across from each other. If you're questioning yourself, take one out of the ground and smell it. If it smells like an onion, you're gold. Just be careful because lily of the valley is said to look like a ramp, but the leaves are kind of like twisted around each other, so stay away from that one. Here's two ramps. You can see this one's kind of buried here. These will actually not grow back if you remove the entire plant. But what I'm gonna do is just leave the roots in the ground. So you want to take a cutting tool, you just want to cut half of that bulb. The other half is still in the ground, roots are in the ground, so this plant will grow back next year. So we got a bag of ramps, let's take them to the kitchen and see what we can do. Alright guys, back at my kitchen here, and the first thing I want to show you is pickled ramps. So all you're going to do is bring enough vinegar to a boil to cover your jar of ramps. Then you're going to add salt and whatever spices you choose. I like to keep it simple with just salt, whole black peppercorns, bay leaf. If I was pickling something else, I would use garlic, coriander seed, mustard seed, red pepper, pickling spice. Once your vinegar comes to a boil, add your spice mix, take it off the heat, and then pour it over your ramps in the jar. This is going to quick pickle them. After 10 minutes, take your liquid out of your jar, let it cool, and then add it back to your ramps. This will prevent them from getting too mushy. I like to eat pickled ramps with anything. They are delicious. The next recipe I want to show you is another killer, ramp pesto. My favorite nut to use in pesto is sunflower seeds, if that's an actual nut. But for this recipe, I use smokehouse almonds because I wanted a little bit of that smoky flavor, plus YOLO. So the first thing I'm going to do is grind up my smokehouse almonds. Then I'm going to combine my Parmesan cheese with that until it's all kind of uniform. Then I'm going to add my ramps. And I chose to add a little bit of basil to this just because I wanted it to have like a herbaceous flavor. If you want it to be more oniony tasting, then don't add any herbs. Then finally, I slowly drizzle in my olive oil until it's the right texture. Should look like this. And kind of like pickled ramps, you can put pesto on anything. And the last way I like to use ramps is really simple, either roasted or sauteed. You can put them in any recipe and roast them off just to add a little bit of that oniony flavor. Or you can just saute them in a frying pan and drizzle them on the top of something. Just treat them like an onion. In my opinion, the two best foods to forage for are morel mushrooms and ramps. And they're only out for a little bit in the spring, so get out there and find them.